Hi Scorpio, welcome to your deep love read for January 2021. I'm going to be doing separate reads for singles, committed, and complicated. I'm going to be time stamping in the description box below, so definitely check that out. I'm going to be starting with general messages for the Scorpio collective, having to do with, I'm going to be pulling some oracles and some basic tarot for everyone. Doesn't matter what style relationship you're in. I hope you guys are doing fantastic today. So you are going to have a lot of action going on in that 7th house. There's no question, right, Scorpio? Because you guys have Uranus hanging in your 7th, which is all about partnerships. Uranus is about revolutionary change and shocking surprises, right? Is what we say. It's just that there's going to be a shift in something that's going on within relationships with serious partnerships. Now, for some of you, that could certainly be business partnerships or a very close family or friend connection, but it is also the house of marriage. So for those of you in that space, it could definitely be happening for you. Additionally, on January 7th, we have Mars is going to be entering Taurus in your 7th house of marriage. Now, even though Mars doesn't totally love hanging with Taurus, because Taurus is kind of slow and grounded, and Mars is fire, and it's like, come on, let's go. Taurus brings a sensibility to Mars, right? Where it's like slow and steady, calm down, let's put the work in. Let's move it forward, but let's put the work in. What do we need to do? So I really like that, hanging out with that Uranus energy, which is very strong, powerful air energy in that 7th house. So I kind of do like that. We'll talk more about the, I'm going to be doing the astrology forecast for the month of January separate from this, but I like to work it in. Oh, look at this, building blocks. Yeah, absolutely. This is awesome. This is Wisdom of the Oracle, by the way. Building blocks are all about one step at a time. This has to be done, then that has to be done, then that has to be done. Everything's sort of in its own sort of sequential, necessary order as far as working on relationship right now. You can't rush to the end goal. It's got to be about building blocks and making sure also that the building blocks that already exist within the connection are healthy. Because if they're not, you might need a little bit of that lover's energy where it's like, okay, what do we need to fix? We have to make the decision to fix it or release it, right? I mean, depending on where you're at. So let's pull a Sacred Rebel, and then I'll pull an Astro card, and we'll pull some clarifiers with the tarot on that. Seeing the true you, love it. Getting in touch with what you really, really want. Really what you want. I feel like a lot of you guys are going to be going through a lot of this as well, right? Because you have this Jupiter-Pluto conjunction in your 4th house of home. And it's not only a metaphorical, it's not only your literal home, it's also your metaphorical home. And it's a lot, for a lot of you, it's going to be dealing with a lot of the past, why you do what you do, healing old wounds, looking at the stories that you tell yourself about where you've been, your past experiences, your early childhood, all of that. There's going to be a lot of bringing up to the surface to be looked at, to be healed, and then you're going to really be able to see a more crystallized vision of yourself underneath all of that. I just feel like that's going to be happening for you guys over the next 2 years, which is actually quite beautiful. All right, let me first throw some astro dice and pull these. All right, so we have Saturn, 7th house, right, of partnerships, yep, and Libra. Libra's all about fairness, whipping out the scales, right? And Libra does represent the 7th house. So we have 2 7s here, basically. Libra is the 7th house of partnership ruled by Venus, and that's like, okay, is there fairness here? Is fairness going on in relationship? If you're not with anybody, you looking at how fair have you been in the past? What have you allowed to go on that wasn't fair? And looking at all of these things. It's definitely going to be looked at. And I like that it's with Saturn, because Saturn's all about putting in that hard work to do what's necessary. Now, Saturn in the 4th is going to be squaring the 7th house Uranus. So whatever surprise is coming in the 7th house of partnership, it's going to be in tension with this 4th house of home that you're going to be working at. And you want to consider squares kind of like the I was just going to say danger, Will Robinson, but not really like that. It's kind of like this necessary tension that is, it is necessary. We would never grow without squares. And it's something that needs to be resolved between the idea of home, your literal home, your metaphorical home, being at home, feeling at home in something, and this idea of relationship. And there needs to be this reasoning out. Seeing the true you also means getting in touch with what you really, really want. what you really want out of relationship, Scorpio, because you might have changed, right? I mean, you might have changed what it is that you at one time thought you wanted. We all grow as people. Sagittarius, yeah. I mean, this is about moving forward with integrity. It's about Sagittarius is a landlord of the 9th house, which is about our belief system. It's got to do with travel, but more, having to do with relationship. It has to do with our moral code and our moral compass, our personal philosophy, and what it is that we want for our life. So let's pull this out. We have building blocks. We have seeing the true you. Awesome. Let's pull some tarot on each of these and get a little bit of a lay of the land for Scorpio Collective. Seeing the true you. The 7 of Swords, the 2 of Cups in the reverse, and the 6 of Cups. Interesting. So 7 of Wands is all about self-defense, feeling the need anyway that you have to defend yourself. What you want, what you need, right? It's that Mars and Leo energy. So it's with a lot of chutzpah, let's say, not necessarily aggression, but a lot of chutzpah. You saying, look, here's the line in the sand. Like, this is what I want, need, and desire. Absolutely. Now, clarifying that, though, like, why are you defending yourself? We have the 2 of Cups in reverse. This does indicate a breakup that happened here, separation. Somebody is not as interested maybe in the connection as they once were, perhaps, or maybe their interest is there, but there are just arguments. Right? So it's in this argument, though, that you're feeling the need to defend yourself. And maybe it's the first time you're allowing them to see the true version of you. But listen, for some of you, we do have a 6 of Cups moment. And this is about feeling very nostalgic, but this is also an energy of reunion, guys. So for those of you who are broken up, this can definitely be a hearkening back to the past. If you've been together for a long time, it doesn't mean anybody's running back to anybody from the past, but it could be this, at least in your mind, visiting a more innocent time period within your relationship, going back to that. Some of you may be going back to a more innocent time in your relationship, or, a more pure time before a bunch of nonsense happened, or it could definitely be connecting with somebody from your past, either somebody that you were with at one time or you just knew, and maybe you're seeing them in a different light and you're getting into a relationship with them, or you meeting somebody brand spanking new, but you feel like you've met them before, where you have some sort of like past life connection with them. But there's a lot of growth here, and there's a lot of standing your ground, which I like. Now, clarifying the Sagittarius energy, which is all about your personal philosophy. Check this out. We got Hierophant. So for some of you, there might be some sort of like cultural rule, religious rule. Religion can be involved here. Belief system, moral code, moral compass. The idea of traditions, conventions, expectations, conformity, anything like that. All right, and then we have this working with the 10 of Swords. I mean, the 10 of Swords is a complete and painful ending, hitting the rock bottom of something. The Hierophant does also represent marriage, my friends. So the fact that we got 10 of Swords, this can mean a marriage ending and there being a moving on. That's not going to resonate with all of you. Please don't try to make it fit if it doesn't. If that's your story. And then we have the Father of Pentacles. Okay, solid, practical energy, wise investor if it has to do with money, for sure, being smart with the money. But not only that, it's also being very smart with your connection, because Pentacles is mental, physical, emotional connection, and it's being very solid and a leader in this way. So kind of stepping in and doing what's necessary to fix something. So if there is, for example, the way this can roll out is if something fell apart in a relationship and it's the 10 of Swords is still a minor arcana, it's not a major arcana, it could simply be the end of a cycle. If you understand that this energy came in and there was maybe this ending of a relationship, you coming in and saying, all right, I know it's necessary to fix it. Or this could also be an energy that you're meeting, where if you've been with somebody who really doesn't understand healthy connection, you meeting somebody who does. All right, now we have building blocks. We have that working with the Mother of Wands, the Daughter of Swords, and the 3 of Swords. So yeah, I mean, listen, the Mother of Wands is a great energy. This is about very feisty energy, feeling super confident, very self-assured, really getting in touch with your self-confidence and just feeling really good about, you know, who you are and what you do. We have this working with the Daughter of Swords, which is equivalent to the Page of Swords energy, which is about the truth coming out. Definitely the truth coming out. There might be a lot of gossip surrounding you guys. There might be prying eyes, people sticking their nose in where it doesn't belong. But there is some sort of truth exposed. And it's a painful truth, though, because the Three of Swords is heartbreak, divorce, loss, depression. It's betrayal. So it does not have to be a third-party situation. It could be, you know, something having to do with a family situation, a friend situation, financial situation that was handled in a way that you would view irresponsibly, or maybe you were irresponsible. You know, that could certainly be it as well. Now, we have to look at this because it's clarifying the building blocks. So this absolutely needs to be looked at, where there's some sort of truth coming out that needs to be looked at, because the Three of Swords is the light coming on and something being put on the table to look at that created a lot of pain. And in order to build the blocks of a healthy situation, this pain needs to be addressed. It can't be ignored. Like, you know, no heads in the sand here. That can't happen. So that's what we have sort of just as a general collective energy going into this. So hopefully that was helpful for some of you. We'll put these right here. And we're going to go right into our Scorpio single friends, okay? So those of you who are single, you're not with anybody officially right now. You know, maybe you had been with somebody, but you're not right now. So let's see what we have rolling out for our Scorpio singles. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for January 2021. Making it happen. We got the Magician. Woo! Magician and the Emperor. Very nice. Scorpio, why are you so worried? Why are you so worried? Huh. Okay, listen, hugs, hugs, hugs to all of you. Because first of all, I see you guys in the past, those of you who are single, you had a lot of options, maybe too many options, commitment issues. Either you or somebody that you were dealing with, somebody had commitment issues here. But right now we have the Magician, and it's being complemented, I would say, by the Emperor. So the Magician is focused creativity, turning whatever's in your mind's eye, whatever that vision is that you have in your mind, into reality. And you feel very ready to like get it going on. Now, remember, the Magician is a Mercury energy. Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo. So Gemini is about all forms of communication. Online communication, so it could be like online social media, online dating sites, anything like that, communicating with people online. And Virgo, that Mercury also rules your day-to-day work environment. So some of you guys might be meeting somebody through work, through somebody at work, through a friend at work, something like that. That could certainly be it. But again, really turning something into a reality. Now, the complement here is the Emperor, which is really being a leader in your own life. And you could really jumping on this new path with this new perspective and just really wanting to make change. That's what I like about this. Now, if you happen to be meeting an Emperor energy, congratulations, because they're very faithful in the upright. This is a good energy. Somebody who knows how to plan. This is an ideas person. It's Aries, so it's a fire energy. They may not know the answers to everything. They may not fully know what the outcome of it all is going to be, but they have a strong desire to have something with you. Now, why I was saying, oh, my poor Scorpios, because the best that can be achieved in this outcome as it stands right now is the Nine of Swords. Why? This is nightmares, anxiety, grief, depression. But you know what you're worried about here in the Nine of Swords? It's very specific because it's Mars and Gemini, right? Gemini is the swords because it's an air energy, but Mars is obsessed with putting us on the path that we're supposed to be on, right? That's why Mars is the Tower in tarot. It's like, no, you're not supposed to be there. You're supposed to be here. Now, when we have Mars and Gemini, what are you ruminating about? I don't know if it's the right thing for me. I don't know. I still miss that person, but I shouldn't. I'm not sure where I belong. I don't even know if I'm supposed to be in a relationship. I don't know if I want that. I don't know if I trust them. I don't know if it's the right thing, you know? But then look at the foundation. It's the 10 of Cups. This is why I'm like half giggling here, because this is such good energy, but it's like you're worried, worried, worried. 10 of Cups, family, contentment, total love and support. Beautiful. Being with the person that you're supposed to be with. Really great energy. Really great energy here. This is at least very much what you're looking for. Now, you and only you right now, you have the Lover's energy. So I have to tell you what I'm feeling. I feel like you're not over somebody. I have to be honest with you, because the Lover's energy is the need to make a decision whether you're going to try to work at something with somebody or not, understanding that the foundation is not perfect, and it has some splinters, and it has some holes and cracks. But you know, if you guys could only decide together to work at it, you're going to have the blessing of Archangel Raphael, right? I mean, that's the Lover's energy. It's the strength of two together. But because in the Celtic Cross spread, this position is you and only you, what this tells me is you are very much of the mind to want something to work out. Yeah, you might be dealing with a Gemini, but I feel like all the signs are here. But it's like that's where you're at. That's where you're at. Wanting something to work out with somebody. Now, your environment, the external influence affecting you, happens to be the sun, which is so interesting to me, because the sun is about material happiness. It's about things turning out the way you want, but not on their own, right? Because remember, with the sun, we still have to do the work. It doesn't just happen for us, right? It's the sun puts all the tools in our toolbox that we need to make something happen. But then now when you're hoping, your fear position is the Six of Wands. You're hoping for success, but you're afraid that there won't be success. You know, you're hoping that somebody calls you. You're hoping for this good news to come in. And you're afraid that this good news is not going to come in. And then in the near future, where I see the Three of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles is about building. This is a Mars and Capricorn energy, and it's about teamwork, collaborating. I call this the architect energy. It's like, this is the blueprint for where we're going. Let's go build this now. You know, let's go. Let's do this. Let's build this life together. But then the final outcome of that is the Ten of Wands. And the Ten of Wands is the card of overwhelm, stress, exhaustion, too many burdens. There's time in this. There's time in tens. There's a history there. So for you guys who are single, this is what I'm saying. I feel like there's this holding on to an energy that you're not totally over. There's definitely, you might be single, but there's still an energy in your field. You might be single, but you don't want to be single. You want to be back with that person. You want to work it out. You want it to be successful. You want to build. You want to have that 10 of Cups with them. But, you know, perhaps it's the 7 of Cups where there's this commitment issue. You know, either that, or maybe you're struggling with the commitment issue and you can't get out of your own way. But this is what I see for right now. You know, to be honest, because we have cards of history here. You know what I'm saying? So this is not giving me really much new. Unless the Emperor is new. Maybe you're meeting in Aries. But for some of you, I also see this could definitely be that you're single and you're really doing your damnedest to try to put something back together. I mean, that is what so you guys might want to, I don't know, jump forward to the complicated, because this seems like a complicated reading. I don't know if this person is still in your energy, but that's what I have for our single friends, our single Scorpio friends. I don't know, I hope this was helpful in some way. Alrighty. Okay, let's go to our committed. Those of you in a committed relationship, you know who you are. You're married for a long time, together for a long time. Maybe you're in a kind of a downward, you know, because there's always this ebb and flow. So maybe you're sort of in like a downward phase of your relationship. Happens to the best of the relationships out there. Let's see what's going on we can get. Princess of Wands, okay. So this is the recent past, Tower. So what's going on with that? I mean, this is a complete and painful ending. You know, as I always say too, we could always have Tower moments that are internal. You know, it doesn't have to be the ending of a relationship. You guys could still be together. But there, you know, something could have been fractured within the connection where there's some sort of trust broken or things sort of being viewed a different way. But the Tower can also be internal where, if you notice in this particular card, you see where the devil, how the devil is falling out, the crown is falling off. What is the devil always represents areas of imbalance within, you know, a connection. Could also be an area of imbalance within self. So a lot of times the Tower energy can definitely be this coming down of a thought process, a way of seeing something, a way of behaving, a perspective, the imbalance falling out, or falling down because it wasn't serving you, you know, the way it was. It wasn't serving you regardless, whether it was a relationship, a way of thinking, a thought process, whatever it was. Right now we have a Princess of Wands, which is interesting because Princess of Wands does indicate kind of like a new sort of a new interest, right? Wands are will, motivation, and passion, but it's also a phallic symbol, right? And so when we get this, this can indicate like a new attraction that's going on here as well, right? But yet this is being crossed by the Six of Coins, which is about giving and receiving help, generosity. This is like very much I have your back, you have mine, feeling supported. So there might have been a you know, some sort of demise, something falling apart in the relationship, and you meeting somebody new, and you guys, this person just being a sense of support for you. That's how it can be for some of you. Others of you, you may just simply have this need for this something new in the relationship. You know, just something new. But yet it's like the Six of Coins is very much helping each other out financially. It's sort of like you guys have an agreement where you guys are together and you help each other out. Now the coins doesn't have to mean finances though. It could also mean mental, physical, emotional connection. So it's like I'm your friend, you're my friend, we have each other's back. And you have this sort of mutual respect for each other. But yet for some of you, it's like you feel this calling, this beckoning, like someplace else that is maybe becoming increasingly louder. Now, the best that can be achieved in the situation here, Eight of Coins, first of all, for some of you, you may just be like, to not even deal, you might be throwing yourself into your work. This is all about mastering your craft, enjoying your employment, and really loving what you do for work, throwing yourself into that to become better at something. But for some of you, you may be using that as an escape. Now, if it has nothing to do with that, this is the best that can be achieved, is trying to figure out your best strategy in what's necessary to make this connection work. You know, that could just be the crowning energy here, either you or your partner trying to make it work. Now, we have the Five of Pentacles, the Five of Coins here in the reverse. Can indicate a new job, a new home. But it also does indicate hope returning and something being recovered from. So there being this element of recovery from this very painful Tower moment. Or at least there's an attempt at recovery here, okay? Now, you and only you, we have the Princess of Coins. So yeah, I mean, again, I feel like, you know, you might be focusing on a new job or something to do with money, but you're being very patient here. You're being very patient in this connection, I do feel like. Now, your environment, the external influence that's affecting you, we have this Princess of Swords. This Princess energy, very interesting. This is all about the truth coming out. So the truth of something can't be ignored anymore. The truth of something needs to be addressed. It's like, if you're not having the conversation, it's like the 5,000-pound elephant in the room needs addressing. I'm getting a very sort of like High Priestess vibe right now, even though I don't have it here. It's like there's a lot of thought going on internally, I feel like, between the both of you, and it's not being vocalized. But it probably shouldn't be yet, because I feel like there's not a fully formed perspective yet regarding what should be going on within this connection. But what is clear is that something doesn't feel right, but that, like, what does that even really mean? Now, we have in the Eight of Cups, and your hope and your fear is the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is about withdrawing and retreating and moving on and abandoning a situation, to moving on from something that you know is never actually going to be what it is that you want, or at least that's absolutely what you feel right now, right? Because it's Saturn in Pisces. It's just too hard. There are too many restrictions. There's too much nasty karma involved here. There's too much, uncomfortable history. There's too much. I'm never going to have that relationship that I really want in my life. And for some of you, you might feel like I'm just not happy enough, and I feel like I'm going to end up settling, and then whatever, and then that kind of thing. Others of you are just afraid of that, afraid that maybe your partner is feeling that, afraid of walking away, afraid of abandoning the situation. It's like you want to save it, but you don't know how to fix it. That's going to resonate with some of you. Now, we have in the near future the Five of Wands. Five is always conflict. Wands are all right, so it's rivalry, challenges, obstacles, battle of the wills here. There's always some ego involved in that, right? Because it's Saturn in Leo. Whenever Saturn's in something, the shadow manifestation rears its head. And the shadow manifestation of Leo energy is egotism. Could even be, there can be some selfish egotism involved here. Perhaps some narcissistic tendencies. I'm not going to go labeling anybody, but you guys know what I mean. But what exactly are you arguing about here, right? I mean, what's being argued? Exactly. Because Saturn is about, needing to pay attention to the rules, the regulations, and it's holding back. And Leo is that fifth house energy of falling in love, of romance, of having fun, of being creative, of sex, of how you guys connect on a Monday through Sunday kind of thing, right? But Saturn is creating a challenge, with all of these ideas, and it's like there's this issue with connection and motivation to move forward, not feeling as connected, ultimately as you would like. And then we have the Princess of Cups, which is a new love. Now this could indicate, now let me pull some cards on this, because Princess of Cups can be a new love or it can be a new cycle in the relationship. So we could have some air clearing in that Five of Wands. But let's see. Let's have some clarification on this Princess of Cups, please. Coins, good. Cups. Okay. I'm going to have to pull more cards because, this is very clear to me. We get the Three of Coins, which is, again, it's about teamwork, collaborating together, what would need to be necessary to fix this, and we have clarifying that. The Seven of Coins, it's good energy. This is where heaven and earth meet. For the world, we, the Trinity, beautiful. Patient, delayed success, waiting. Five of Cups, though, is a very painful energy. It's about loss, regret, feeling unloved, feeling unappreciated, feeling disconnected. It's not feeling good about something. Then clarifying that pain is the Fool energy. The Fool energy is about fresh hope. Take a chance, new path. Get out there, try something new. Then we have the World. The World is like lesson learned. Learn the lesson. Then we have the Wheel. The Wheel is about good luck, a turning point. There's a turning point that goes on here, but there's a need to take a chance. And then we have the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is Sun in Aries. Sun in Aries is all about not even looking back, not looking back once, focused on the future. You're being called into the future, Scorpio, by somebody else. You're being called into the future by another energy that appreciates all the beautiful parts of you, and the ugly parts they don't even see, or at least they make believe they don't see them. That's what the Three of Wands is. And then we have the Sun. Totally new path. So this is what I'm telling you. Those of you who are married, you've been together for a long time, it does seem like if you're resonating with this, you guys are not in a good place. So you guys are either going to wipe the slate clean and start over on a fresh new path. Like literally. Close that book, throw it out, actually, and start a whole new book, okay? Or you're going to resonate with this as you leaving. Either way, the sun is on the other side of that. So really good. 10 of Cups, family contentment, total love and support. There's time involved in this, my friend. So I really am more inclined to say, whenever we get a 10, understand there's time in that. So I do feel like there is a working things out. Those of you who are in a complicated situation. Ooh, that was complicated, and it wasn't supposed to be because it was committed, but whatever. Okay. Now let's go on to complicated. Oh, you know what? I just feel like Scorpios in general, I don't care where you're at in relationship, you should just all watch the complicated too, because the singles and the committed are complicated. Okay, let's go. Lightseers Tarot. That was the Chakra Tarot. Lightseers Tarot. Any messages we have for complicated Scorpios? Oh my goodness. Yeah. Four of Wands. Eight of Pentacles. Okay. All right. I kind of feel like this is an added information both to singles and to the committed, to be honest with you. We have King of Pentacles in the reverse. I think this is the only reversal we got here. King of Pentacles in the reverse in the recent past. So there's a lot of jealousy here. Somebody who didn't have any follow through, Scorpio. So maybe this was you. This is the person that you were dealing with, but somebody who had a lot of talk but very little walk, not a lot of follow through. Situation right now, we have the Four of Wands, which is a reunion card. First of all, it's somebody returning home, coming home. It's also a honeymoon card, marriage card, strong foundation card. Celebratory though, like this is a good energy, very nice vibe, right? And talking about collaborating and teamwork and what do we need to do to move this forward. Really, this is like, where are we going to live? What are we going to do? Who's going to pay for what? What is it all going to look like, right? And what is the best that can be achieved out of all of this is this Ace of Swords, because there's mental clarity here finally. Something that's been really foggy is fine. There's finally going to be some mental clarity here. Some new ideas are going to be popping, which is really nice. But the foundation, though, right now, if you're resonating with this, I feel like you're in a place of pain right now, because the Five of Pentacles is worry. It's not feeling well. It's, you know, about a situation. It's a poverty mindset. It's and I say that even having to do with, you know, connection within a relationship, feeling isolated. You know, some of you may be dealing with some sort of financial loss, but it doesn't have to have anything to do with finances, right? Because Pentacles also are associated with mental, physical, and emotional connection as well. But there's this feeling of lack is what I see for you feeling right now, even though you are the Queen of Pentacles in the moment, which is very resourceful. There's fertility here, there's domesticity. So Scorpio, maybe you're good, but maybe your partner's not, or on your own you're good, but maybe joined as a partnership, there's not enough for you guys to actually build the life together that you'd want. But the Queen of Pentacles is a nice energy, and this is you and only you being very resourceful right now, doing what you have to do. Now, your environment is the Empress energy, right? This external influence that's affecting you is Venus. Venus is the Empress in astrology. And this is all about growth, fertility, creation, pregnancy, abundance, growing something, purchasing a home together, growing a life, growing a family, just growing, even if your kids are grown, you know, growing a family together. But that's externally affecting you. It's like the energy that's surrounding you right now. But what's interesting is your hope and your fear is the Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords is all about the truth coming out. So it's like you're afraid of the truth, but you want the truth of the situation. In the near future, you're going to be in a mode of self-protection. You're going to be very concerned about your long-term security in this relationship, whether it's emotional security, financial security, whatever it is. But it's you protecting your heart, really holding yourself very close to yourself, trusting only yourself, even though you may not even trust yourself right now. But at least you know what you're dealing with that. You know what I mean? And then we have the Temperance energy as the final outcome. This is such a card of cooperation, right? Balance, harmony, patience, self-control, moderation. What do you need? What do they need? What does the situation need? And everybody's listening to what's necessary to go on here, even though there's this element of self-protection. Scorpio, I feel like you are going to be in a space where you're going to be questioning whether this is even the right thing for you anymore, because this is self-imposed isolation and imprisonment. And as you are stuck, in this space, what is it that you're thinking about? Well, you're thinking about, are you able to really grow as an individual and expand yourself in this way? In the way that you see in your mind's eye in this relationship, right? Because it's Jupiter and Gemini. Do you feel restricted? Do you feel held back, held down, limited? And we have that working with the King of Swords. The King of Swords is very strategic, all about the mind, all about the thought process. Not allowing emotions to join in. It's staying very much in the mental, right? It's about Capricorn and Aquarius. Getting very realistic. King of Swords is a very realistic energy. Very wise about the truth. And we have this working with the King of Wands. King of Wands is a Cancer and Gemini energy. Really trying to figure out, trying to reason out this deep passion that you're feeling. You want to feel this passion, but you also want to feel very, very secure, right? I mean, this is a very charming, powerful energy, but yet there's this element of disconnect that you feel. You feel this loss, this regret, this feeling, you're just feeling unloved. You're feeling abandoned. You're feeling a sense of grief. You're just wondering if this whole thing is even for you anymore. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. Reliable person, patient, hardworking, Ace of Cups, Scorpio. I feel like this is somebody new coming in. This is somebody new. Somebody new. You're going to meet somebody new? Well, Scorpios are going to be meeting new people. Anyway, I will talk more about that when we come to springtime. There's going to be a lot happening for you guys in your relationship sector, trust me, in the springtime. But we have this energy of the Three of Cups, which is about, the celebratory vibe, friendship, circle of support. I see you meeting somebody new. We have this Ace of Cups, right? So this is something new. Now, some of you might be having a new baby. Some of you might be getting a new proposal from somebody else. Somebody might even be asking some of you to get married, or you starting a brand new relationship. Then we have the Knight of Swords. So there's a lot of anxiety, grief. There's a lot of angst surrounding this particular connection. And I see somebody else coming in, and I see you struggling with that because you can't let go of something, even though something you feel like is maybe not 100% for you right now. Because you still have emotions there, but it's like they might not be showing up the way you need them to. Oh, so complicated. Yes. Okay. Palm tree, stability, security, flexible, endurance. Not today, not dealing with hurt, avoiding a conversation, a call, a person, boundaries, still angry. Healthy choices, making healthy choices in love and in life, self-love, self-care, being happier. Let's see what we have here. Palm tree, we got the Son of Wands. Chariot. Seven of Swords. Ooh, okay. So clarifying the palm tree, the idea of stability, because that's what the palm tree is. We have the Son of Wands, which is equivalent to the Knight of Wands, very lusty, free-spirited person. And then we have the Chariot, which is about action and change, leaving toxicity, going on like your metaphorical home path. And we have the Seven of Swords. This is about betrayal, dishonesty, running away from something, just not dealing. So maybe somebody was like being a player, maybe they cheated on you, or maybe you're realizing that you just have this strong desire to just move forward in your life. You're identifying the toxicity in the relationship and you just want to move forward in something. But with the Seven of Swords, you might not be showing your full feelings, because the Seven of Swords can also be a mask energy, where it's like you're playing somebody at their own game. So if you're complicated, is anything connected with a marriage, the way that could show up is like you don't want to bite your nose off to spite your face kind of thing, where you don't want to show all your cards, so to speak, right? You're still trying to figure out what exactly you're going to do, but you're acting like everything is okay when it's really not. Now, the not today, right, not dealing with the hurt, we have this working with the Four of Cups, right? And the Four of Cups is being very apathetic, feeling very unfulfilled, saying, I can't be with them. I don't want to talk to them. I can't be with them because of A, B, and C. That's it. I can't do it. And we have the Moon. The Moon is feeling a lot of things internally that you may not be sharing with anyone. You're rehashing the past. The Moon does rule the past. It's that fourth house energy. It's where you have this Saturn and Jupiter hanging out right now. There's going to be a lot of energy there. We have the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is waiting for somebody to call you, waiting for the results, waiting for somebody to make a decision. There's this waiting. Very interesting. Because we have it with the not today. So it's like you want to hear from somebody, but you don't want to hear from somebody. You don't want to deal with the hurt. You just don't. You may be reaching out to even somebody else at this point in January of 2021. Healthy choices, making healthy choices in love and in life. Self-love, self-care, being happier. Ace of Cups. Yep. Here we go. New relationship. Daughter of Pentacles is Page of Pentacles. Somebody, this could be meeting somebody at work. This could be focusing on work. This could be a new job, a new money opportunity. Mother of Cups, beautiful, nurturing person, very healing, very supportive. You're just going to be surrounded by really healthy energies. Now we have Twin Flame. What's clarifying the Twin Flame? We have the Four of Swords. Very interesting, because this is about retreating and resting. Trying to get a sense of renewal, right? Putting yourself in solitude to recover from something, to really think about what it is that you want, need, and desire in relationship. So very interesting that's clarifying the Twin Flame energy. Then we have the Hermit. Hermit is all about going it alone for a while, going within for clarity, a quest for personal truth, spiritual illumination. Definitely for some of you, this can be working on some sort of private relationship. Secret relationship is really what I meant to say. Not really discussing it. We have the Ace of Swords, so some sort of mental clarity. The shades are off the eyes. All of a sudden you're seeing things very differently. The Four of Swords really is pressing the pause button to sort of move away and trying to get perspective, and then all of a sudden you have this clarity. So you may be having this clarity that this person that you were dealing with here, with all their toxicity and hot mess stuff going on, they may be your twin flame, and you may have to decide what you're going to do with that. Others of you may be in the space of having the strong connection with somebody new, and this new connection may be your twin flame, and you might just be dealing with some sort of karmic connection that you're trying to wash off your soul, and it's kind of making you feel stuck. But we do have the Grim Reaper here. So let's see what we got with that. The relationship is over. No second chances. Grow and transform your life. And we have the High Priestess. Secrets, mystery, trusting yourself, thinking a lot of things, right? Because it's associated with the moon energy. Lots going on in the emotional space that you're really not talking about right now. We have the Nine of Pentacles, focusing on yourself, your solo pleasures, being self-sufficient, what it is that you love to do. And then we have the Lover's energy. The Lover's energy is about partnership and deep love and a choice here. But the thing is, with the Lover's energy, again, you have to be in it with somebody who is in it with you. Otherwise, it will not be blessed. And we got the Three of Cups. You're being very supported with this. And then we have the Daughter of Wands, which is the Page of Wands. You know, I just feel like if you're in this complicated situation, to be really, I mean, those of you who know the cards, you can understand your own interpretation. But what I'm being called to communicate to you is that in this High Priestess energy, in this High Priestess moon energy, your intuition is telling you that this is not the right thing for you. You're going to be in a space of focusing on yourself and figuring out what's necessary for there to be a strong foundation. Because when I say the Lovers means a choice, it means a choice. It means yes or no. And I'm feeling like you're saying no. And you're going you're going to be supported by some friends, family, whatever it is. And I see you meeting somebody new. With a heavy heart, though, because there's still this other connection here. That's what I see for January 2020. This is not for the whole year. You guys are going to be Scorpio. There's a lot going on in your relationship sector this year. Good stuff. Nothing to be scared of. Nothing. We have, Jupiter's hanging out there with Saturn, and then what's going to happen is Jupiter's going to dip out of the 4th and into the 5th, which is all about love and romance for a few months, and then come back in. So stay tuned for that update, because that'll be very nice for you guys in your relationship sector. But for right now, it does look pretty challenging. So anyway, that's what I have for you. I hope this resonated with some of you, helped you in some way. Thank you so much for joining me. Happy New Year, my friends, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.